Oh, it's contact. There's contact. And there's contact between Sherry and Powell and Campbell Pilling.
Number 3, Charlie Ratford. Clearly a strategy positioning there on the grid. Charlie, very experienced and clearly knows something that we don't. And next to him, 162, Cassidy Southall. Here's your carbo right now, Cass. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looked good to me. Maybe a tad rich, but now you've got the slicks on, you'll be going a bit faster. And of course, everybody with new slicks, it's not obligatory to have new slicks, but you do have to record. If you see on the side of the tyre, Xander's going for wet, so he definitely knows something that we don't, and new. Yeah, you see the little barcode there on the tyre. Then we have an electronic scanner that the guys in the technical control, they can scan and make sure that that is the tyre that you have registered for today's racing. You're only allowed one set of slicks. You are allowed as many sets of wets as you want. So this is going to be a bit of a traffic jam, methinks. A lot of karts there together, and for sure, I would not be doing that. I think Charlie Ratford and Liam and Kai and Cassidy and Archie have got a better idea now going onto the track, because there's quite a big gap, which means they'll be able to get some good track position. It's going to probably take, I would say, 2, maybe 3 laps for these tyres to get into a good temperature operating window. And the other side of the coin is that this GYG circuit is very fast, and the surface is quite abrasive, so it does wear the slicks quite fast. So the deg, as we call it, in other words, the tyre wear, is quite high. So the less laps that you do in qualifying is definitely an advantage if, and that is a big if, you can make sure you can get to the top of the pile and pole position using minimal laps. Now that's obviously what Charlie Ratford thinks. So here's the girls. Daniela Sutton just being passed there by Sherry Ann Powell. And right behind them is Archie Cole. So Sherry Ann Powell at the moment leading the way in first position with a 47.136. Archie in second, 47.234, and Daniela 47.281. So let's see as they come round. Now Sherry seems to have made a gap. So 46.016, but straight away number 169 and your championship leader, Jack Tic Tac Robinson into second position, 46.167. Archie Cole maintaining that third, and number 166, Dorian Malik, the ever-improving Dorian Malik, 46.847, and Daniela slipping down the order at the moment, hasn't quite switched those tyres on. Kai Newman, one of the drivers at the back, playing it cool. Up to fourth position. And these times are just going to tumble and tumble and tumble. They were in the 43s yesterday, I believe. So the circuit a little bit slow, as you would expect from the overnight damp weather. And Archie Potter there, another driver that was at the back. And a bit of understeer there and slow into the corner. And I think we might have had a spinner there. That might have been Daniela. Or a bit of a moment. Yes, I think it was. Archie understeered into the corner. And again goes wide. But just in front, looks like he's on his out lap or even first flying lap is Charlie Ratford, who you remember played it cool, stayed on the grid. Yeah, you can see there just into the carousel, a lot of drivers turning the wheel, steering wheel, and putting a lot of lock on, which means that the circuit must be a little bit damp there. And when they're turning and the kart doesn't turn and it goes straight on, that is what is known as understeer. So they're understeering onto the straight. We've got a kart off there on the left-hand side. And we need to look at the yellow flags there. In that sector, drivers must not pass under a yellow flag. Yellow flag means danger, and the drivers are supposed to slow down a little bit. Now, Jack Robinson had just posted a faster time as he approached that stricken kart. So currently 45.744 is the time to beat. Let's just see now what happens. Archie Cole improves, 45.83. And suddenly Freddie Farrell, number 160, and there was a kart off. I think that was Archie Cole. Had he understeered off in turn one? I think he did. Now, did he manage to gather it up without hitting the wall? We'll have to look to see if he's still rotating around the circuit. Now, Jack Robinson now is coming up to Daniela Sutton and looks quicker. Joe Jennings, 45.607. Now, that is a fantastic time for Joe. And we've got a right gaggle of karts here. So this is not good for qualifying. You can see Daniela's put her hand up and she's looking for some space. And Daniela really needs to get on with this because she has not posted a good clean lap now. So she needs, with just over a minute to go, to pull her finger out and get on it. Now Max Reed, 45.605. Dorian Malik, 45.119. So these tyres now are up to temperature, and the line that was damp in a couple of those corners into turn one and at the carousel clearly are starting to dry. Sherry-Ann Powell now. So this is up for the taking. Any of these drivers, any of the first 9-10 drivers could get pole position. Archie Potter there, I don't know why he was taking curb, he's just trying to get out of the way. But that's another lap ruined for him. Meanwhile, everybody now with 25 seconds to go. Is Jack Robinson going to get across the line in time? I think he is. So Joe Jennings is back up to pole, 44.4. So Jack, this is it. Jack has to nail this lap, as does Charlie Ratford, Kai Newman. This is the lap. This is the lap that will get pole position. Jack's in clean air. He will know that this is it. Charlie Ratford ahead. So Jack's got a little bit of understeer there, not too bad. And I predict that the gap is going to be very small between the first 6 or 7 drivers. So here they come to the line. No improvement. No improvement. So we'll just wait for the times to update. And it does look like pole position for Joe Jennings. First time for him, a 44.442. Congratulations to him and Graham, his dad. Charlie Ratford, 44.744. Second place. Kai Newman, third place, 44.857. Great job, Kai. First of the girls, Sherry Ann, 147 in fourth place, 44.910. Fifth, Doria Malik, 44.955. Max Reed in sixth. Jack Robinson in seventh. Liam Karabeloff in eighth. Cassidy Southall in 9. And bringing up your top 10 is Freddie Farrell. Well done, Joe. Pole position, he can't quite believe it. He can't, you're not Mr. Tickle. You haven't got extendable arms, Joe. You're not going to reach back there. Charlie Ratford congratulating him. And this is nice to see. All of our DRS100 drivers congratulate each other. Fantastic atmosphere here in the Daniel Ricciardo Series paddock. Yes, the racing is competitive and hard on track, but it's nice to see all the kids in the paddock, all friends. And there's Sherry Ann, well done. Yeah, that session was very, very tight indeed. It was all about switching your tires on, being in a gap, and posting your time. And now coming on to the circuit is the DRS 100s, led out by number 125, Joe Jennings. First time for Joe on pole position. And he has the very experienced Charlie Ratford, number 3, alongside him. Now, can he turn that pace that he showed us in qualifying into a race heat win? We shall see. "23 drivers making up this DRS 100 grid today. A couple of drivers missing, unfortunately, due to other circumstances. And not making the trip to GYG in North Wales. Fantastic scenery up here. And when it's sunny, it is magnificent. When it's raining, it's not so good. But the one thing that is absolutely fantastic is this GYG circuit. Loads of improvements. News of an extended version possibly for next year. And this track is already huge, but it has everything. It has different elevations, different corner types, and the drivers absolutely love racing here at GYG. So this is looking good, very, very good. Looking for the tram lines. And this will be nerve-wracking for Joe because he's never had pole position. Makes a good start, and so does Kai Newman. Oh! And a bit of inexperience there for Joe Jennings. I don't think he could quite believe that he'd actually got the lead. And as we go into top bend, Kai Newman leads Charlie Ratford and Sherry-Ann Powell. Then there's a bit of a melee behind, but it looks like Daniela Sutton has managed to miss that. You can see Benjamin Baker and a few others, but this trio has managed to get away. So there was a bit of confusion there, a bit of inexperience from Joe Jennings. Understandable the first time on pole position, but it's Kai Newman. Now, I'm not quite sure what Charlie Ratford is signalling. I think he's signalling to Sherry and Powell. Let's just maintain position and cruise up onto the back of Kai. But Sherry is also very experienced, so she won't be too undeterred from those signals. Now, we've got a full course yellow, Battenberg, which means we have got in essentially now Sherry-Ann Powell is trying to pass. She clearly didn't see. So Battenberg flag, which is a yellow and black checkered. Now look, we see Joe Jennings here. Really good start, fantastic start from Kai Newman. And then he just got onto the wet. So we're looking back to see what's happened here. So the Battenberg, the full course yellow, essentially means, ladies and gents, that we have got a virtual safety car ahead of Kai Newman, which means that the carts have to go around the circuit at a reduced... Okay, so we've got, it looks like Cassidy Southall, number 162. Cart in the barriers there, so Matt Daniels putting this Battenberg full course yellow out so that they can... Oh, he's lost the wheel. That's not good. That is a mechanic issue, clearly. That will be an interesting conversation on the way home. So yes, a full course Battenberg yellow flag, safety car if you like, so that the guys can move that car into a safe position, look, as they have done to the inside. Safety always a paramount here at the Daniel Ricciardo Series, and this is a bit of pressure for Kai Newman. He won't have had to do a restart before. They have to keep single file, come around the circuit, and the last post, which is the start line, will show a green flag, and but they can't pass each other until they've passed the finish line. So Kai Newman really needs to back them up, and he's too fast for me. He's going to give a real chance here for Charlie Ratford. He needs to just lift off and tiptoe to the line and then nail it when he sees the green flag. What's he going to do? Not bad. And we're racing, but Charlie Ratford and Sherry-Ann Powell. So I think Charlie Ratford thinks he's got a chance, but he doesn't realise. Now he realises that Sherry's there. Very good start. And we've got Daniela Sutton and Archie Cole. Archie Cole goes up the inside. Kai still has the lead. This is going to be very, very tight indeed. You can't afford to make a mistake. Now, let's see. And Sherry-Ann Powell gets back past Archie. And Archie needs to just... yes, Archie made a mistake there. Danielle is through. So they just need to chill. This is the opening lap. The race isn't won on the first lap. And remember what we said. You need to keep in the wheel track. So Sherry obviously had to defend from somewhat. Oh, she's had contact, so maybe unseen by us. Daniela's through, unseen by us. Maybe Sherry had a little bit of contact with Charlie Ratford, I'm not sure, but she dropped back, and that has now given the chance for Daniela to get past. Here we see Daniela. And a nice clean overtake on the top bend. Now Daniela, she's looking a bit racy to me. And just as I say that, she slides wide, but she looks like she's got some pace. But this is a fantastic drive by Kai Newman. But here comes Archie Cole. I think Daniela went wide. She got damp on her tyres, and now look, she's paying the price the next two corners. Archie Cole's like, come on guys, let's get going. We need to get after Charlie Ratford. And Sherry-Ann Powell thinking the same. And then look behind, you've got Max Reed, and you've got Benjamin Baker. And you've got Jack Robinson, our championship leader, who at the moment is back down in 8th place. Such a close category, this DRS100. You can see how equal the karts are. And it's tiptoed down through the carousel. Still these damp patches. There's Benjamin Baker now with Jack Robinson all over him. Sherry-Ann Powell choosing to not attack Archie Cole to see if they can make up that gap that has appeared between Charlie Ratford and them. And then in amongst it, here comes Liam Karabelov. Jack Robinson, quite sure. I know he didn't have a fantastic qualifying. Actually, he's managed to get past Liam Karabelov. And but the next driver that looks a bit racy and looks like he's got a bit of pace is Benjamin Baker. Closing up now onto Daniela Sutton. In fact, Jack Robinson posting the fastest lap there, 43.447. So whatever has been going on with Jack, tic-tac as we call him, because he loves his tic-tacs. Other mints are available, of course. Or you might have the, those green and yellow ones, I don't know. But that is 114, which is Archie Potter taking to the grass. They've already cut the grass at GYG. Archie keeping this circuit looking fantastic. No need for you to do it. But now Charlie Ratford slowly turning the screw. But I'm impressed with Kai Newman. He's not getting flustered. Driving neatly. Charlie, very experienced. He doesn't need to fight with Kai at the moment. The pace is good. Just over 16 seconds to go. So I think it's not going to be the last lap this time around. They're just going to make it. But now Charlie, if he's got anything left in the tank, we're going to see it in these next two laps. First little bit of twitchiness there from Kai, having a little look. And well done, Kai, holding his tight line. I wouldn't have done that, Kai, because now you've made it too obvious. And Charlie knows that you're in trouble. Don't look behind. When the guy in front looks behind, you know it's only a matter of time that you're going to get them. So Kai needs to be a little bit resilient on this last lap. Looking back in third is Archie Cole, with Sherry-Ann still right behind him, and Daniela Sutton in fifth. Now, I'm not sure why Kai, yes, that was the end of the race. I beg your pardon, my graphic was a little bit delayed, and that is the first win for Kai Newman. Fantastic. My apologies, my graphic didn't change quick enough. here in the commentary box. Fantastic result for Kai Newman. And his mechanic, Don, he'll be so pleased. As will Dad and Mum and family friend Alex. Now I think this DRS100 race is going to be very tight through all this afternoon, because now everyone's used their tyres a little bit more, setups are working, circuits evolving, and that is a good result there also for Archie Cole. Nice driving from Charlie Ratford. There's his dad. Very pleased. So that's nice, that's nice. So there's Don, they're just getting the car on the weighbridge. So, confirmation of the DRS100 heat. Your winner, Kai Newman. Second, Charlie Ratford. Third, Archie Cole. Fourth place, Sherry and Powell. Fifth for Daniela Sutton. Sixth for Max Reed. Seventh for Benjamin Baker. Eighth, Jack Robinson. Ninth for Liam Karabelov. Not such good luck for Archie's brother, Oscar. Down in 20th, not sure if he had an issue. And Paul Joe Jennings starting from pole, ending up in 14th place this time. Archie Potter doing a bit of fly mowing earlier on in 21st, and Paul Cassidy Southall, he lost a wheel, and subsequent retirement putting him in last place. So that concludes the first part of our program this afternoon. We're going to take a break now of about 30 minutes, and we will return at 13:35 when we will see the DRS62s go out for their pre-final, followed by the DRS125 at 1:55 and the DRS100s at 2:15. So we'll see you then. Go and have a cup of tea or some lunch. So, just about ready to go. Mikey will be showing the green flag. And off they go. We've got a problem there for Leon Karabelov. Looks like he's not starting. Does he need the gun? It looks like he's got a starter motor failure. So the whole of that line now is held up. So they got the gun on it and he's away. So that's never helpful. So Liam's heart is going to be pounding because he's going to be panicking that he's in the wrong place on the grid. But all being well, there should be at least 2 rolling laps. And I would predict in the second rolling lap that Liam will be able to get his position back as long as he's back in position before the final 2 corners. Then he is permitted to raise his hand and get his position back. Not that these guys are worried about that. They're flat out trying to get tyre temperature, warming the engines up, getting a bit of heat into the brakes. And then Kai slowing them up quite early actually in the lap. Being signalled that there's a few drivers being left behind, so that won't hurt. So it will be tricky for Liam to get his place back because even though this circuit, also there's one. It is a bit tight just to squeeze through, and you don't want to bang wheels because you could bend your axle. Here he goes, just asking Ben Hoy. Thank you very much, slotted back in. So Will looking good, so we could see a start on this lap. And what's Kai going to be like? Kai Newman off pole. Charlie Ratford. Used to being on the front row. Let's see what happens. And we're racing, and Kai gets into the lead, and Archie Cole slots into second, and it's tight. Daniela Sutton in fourth, Sherry Ann Powell in fifth, Benjamin Baker in sixth. Very, very tight. We got two carts off. We got a car off really fast. Liam Karabeloff gets a contact warning. And those carts are quite a way off the circuit at the top. Bit of wheel spin, grass tracking, they're back on. But I think there's one cart left. Meanwhile, Kai Newman leads Archie Cole down through the Devil's Elbow. Ratford down to third, Sutton in fourth, Sherry Ann Powell in fifth, Benjamin Baker in sixth, Karabeloff in seventh. Let's go to the replay. A little bit of contact there into the first hairpin. But meanwhile, it looks like Newman Evans is going backwards for quite a long time. Then we've got Oscar Cole off. Did they all get going? We don't know. So let's just have a look at the running order. Looks like Henrietta got going again. Isaac Kite and Oscar Cole haven't come through as yet. Meanwhile, we've got a new leader. Archie Cole, not going well for his brother, but Archie doesn't care. He's hit the front. Had a retirement at Risington, so this is the first time for him really in the front. And look, as I predicted, look at the train of carts and look at the gap. It is so close. Now, hopefully, we're going to get a good race and they're not going to start tripping over each other, because I think we could see a 10-cart battle here very, very quickly. Fantastic racing from the DRS125s. Look at the time difference all the way up to 7th, only 1.169. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 carts now essentially in this leading group. You've got to be smooth, and when you make the move, you've got to make it stick. And Ratford's going for it. He's trying to out-drag Kai Newman, and Kai Newman's going to get hung out to dry here by Daniela Sutton and by Sherry Ann Powell. And Baker's trying to go on the outside, and Baker's now lost speed, and Karabeloff has got through, and Max Reed was having to have a look there. And this is what happens. Look, now we've got a bit of contact there. Now we've got a group of 4, and then the train is about a second behind now, with Karabeloff leading that. Now Ratford knows, I think Charlie Ratford's decided rather than stick at this, he's going to get a move on, and he's looking for the draft. So now he's right in the wheel tracks of Archie Cole. He's going to go up the inside. Makes the move, nice clean pass. What is Archie going to do? Archie, don't have a look. Stay in the wheel tracks. That's it, because you don't want to lose the momentum. This gradient up to the Devil's Elbow is a lot steeper than you think. Now they come down. Down into the bottom of Devil's Elbow. Round, coming up to Paddock Bend. Daniel Sutton's looking a bit racy, as is Sherry Ann Powell. Who's the smoothest onto the straight? Looks like Ratford. He managed to get a little bit of air between him. But here comes Archie Cole. Just seeing a replay. A slam dunker there from Ratford. Very easy. Archie Cole giving the corner, not losing time. That's the thing to do. Now Archie just needs to concentrate, keep it smooth. Daniela's keeping it smooth, so is Sherry Ann Powell. And this group now leaves a little gap, and then we've got Karabelov, who is in no man's land at the moment. But as we've seen many times before, as soon as these karts start fighting, the lap time slows and it brings the people behind into play. Karabelov pushing his own air at the moment, so he needs to lap very, very consistently and put into the mix who is going to have high tyre wear. Penalty for Benjamin Baker. Didn't see that. So unseen. There's obviously been some contact. But Archie Cole looks like he's getting in the groove and being mesmerised by Ratford's rear tyres. Much easier to follow than lead. When you're following, you can relax. So strenuous and so physical to drive these karts. Benjamin Baker there, really in the toe here on Kai Newman. Sends it down the inside. Nice pass that time. Moves him into sixth position, and he's going, come on, let's go. He knows, Benjamin, that he's got a penalty. He would have seen it on the digiboard when he came across the line. So he knows he's got to get his head down and try to make up some time. And more importantly, try and make up some positions. The penalties are always positions, they're not times. You could get a penalty for 2 positions if you made contact and you made a place. It's 2-place penalty. So add that into the mix. Now we've got Max Reed looking on Kai Newman. And after his victory in the heat, Kai not having such a good race in this one. So Max Reed is saying, let's go. Meanwhile, Ratford just inching 4/10. But then there's only 6/10 and 8/10 over the girls, Sutton and Powell. Karabelov and Baker then bringing up the gap in the middle to the main train of the field behind. 463 for Sherry-Ann Powell. So now she's looking racy. She's going to be trying to get past Daniela Sutton with just over 2 minutes to go. It's closing up at the front. We're going to have a 4-way battle for the lead in this pre-final. Now remember, they won't start the final in the positions that you see them now. It is an accumulation of the points from their qualifying, from the heat, and from this final. I think Charlie Ratford is just doing what he needs to do. He knows the tyre wear is high around this circuit. But that's good because the guys behind, they're not pushing too hard. They're in that group, they're in the draft. Slight mistake there from Ratford. Daniel Sutton is looking into the devil's elbow, decides against it. And through we come for another lap. Just over 1 minute remaining. Karabelov inching forward, as is Baker. And Max Reed is up next. Kai Newman down to 8th. Freddie Farrell in 9th. And Joe Jennings in 10th. In fact, Freddie Farrell just moved up to 8th place. So Freddie Farrell on the move too. Round they go. The spoon down into the carousel with the compression as you drive the cart down the hill. Fantastic G-force. These 2 corners into Devil's Elbow wants to pull your neck off to the left, and then it's back to the right. Tiptoe around this corner, get it tight on the curve, follow the line round. And now we need to get a smooth ride, and Ratford's drove a couple of brilliant corners there, and that's really helped him in these final stages because there's going to be 2 laps. The next time round will be the last lap. Daniela Sutton is looking at Archie Cole. But some fantastic late braking there from Archie Cole has brought him back into contention. But this is where Ratford is good. Ratford is so smooth around this Devil's Elbow. Cart gripping up there for Archie. Ratford taking quite a lot of curb there. And look, always gets him just a couple of cart lengths, which keeps him in the game, keeps him safe. Archie will get the draft, but it'll be a late draft towards the end of the straight. Sherry-Ann Powell just observing. And again, Archie Cole zooms up into the spoon. See, look behind, kids. And the driver behind thinks you're in trouble. Now, not so good that time off the carousel. And in fact, that has given optimism to Archie. Now, he took more curb there. And that's a little better by following Charlie Ratford. And he's got a better exit. And he's won, sorry, last lap. Charlie Ratford did enough. Obviously changed his line on the last lap. Kept it covered from Archie Cole. Daniela Sutton in third. Sherry-Ann Powell in fourth. Liam Karabeloff in fifth. Ben Baker in sixth, but with a penalty to be applied. Max Reed in seventh. Freddie Farrell in eighth. And in ninth, the top rookie, Jacob Milzarski. So apologies there, so focused on the line. So exciting, this race, trying to see who's going to outdraft who, but Charlie Ratford, the experience he's got, had it all under control, of course. So into the weighbridge. That's a fantastic result for Archie Cole. And Daniela Sutton up there in third. All three looking very similar on pace. I think the grand final is going to be a humdinger of a race. And will it still be dry? So many things that can happen in karting. Fantastic sport. Confirmation then, provisional pre-final results. Charlie Ratford in first, Cole second, Sutton third, Sherry-Ann Powell in fourth, Liam Carabella fifth, Baker in sixth, Max Reed seventh, Freddie Farrell eighth, Jacob Milzarski in ninth. So these DRS100s are not hanging about on this installation lap. They want to get on with this. And as we mentioned before, the grid will look different to what it did do for the pre-final because it's all about the points. So even though he had an absolute mare in the pre-final, losing positions, Kai Newman, we're going a bit slow there. What's happened there? No, there's no problem. Sorry, I thought there might be a problem there, but Kai Newman is up to second. Back in second, so let's see if he can make a better start this time than he did when he was pole. Archie Cole there, Sherry-Ann Powell, Daniela Sutton, Benjamin Baker, Max Reed. Let's see what we've got, and we're racing into the first corner. It's a fantastic start for Archie Cole. He has glued himself to the back of Charlie Ratford, but we haven't seen exactly what she can do yet. But Daniela Sutton into third, and it's girl power. She's brought Sherry-Ann Powell with her, and we really haven't seen what these four can do now. Let's hope for a calm first lap. Here comes the train. Looks like Max Reed has got ahead of Kai Newman, followed by Karabelov, and a bit of a problem there for Daniela Sutton. She made a right hash of that. And here comes Sherry-Ann Powell, closely followed by Max Reed. They need to focus, can't let those two ahead get too far ahead, so we need some clean laps. The next couple of laps. But Archie Cole has clearly decided, I'm going to glue myself to the back of Charlie Ratford. He's not a just oil campaigner. He hasn't used super glue, but he wants to make sure that he is in the mix and breaking away from this pack of Sherry-Ann Powell, who goes down the inside of Daniela Sutton. Max Reed looking for the space, and as we saw in the DRS125, the person that makes the space, if the person behind them is close enough, they can sneak in. Good driving from Daniela, gives the place, but then she's too far wide, and Max Reed goes, thank you very much. And Daniela now needs to watch out for Leon Karabelov and Benjamin Baker. Jennings and Newman in 8th and 9th. And where is Jack Robinson? Jack Robinson is in 9th, our championship leader, having a quiet day today. Benjamin Baker through on Karabelov for 6th place. As the train, and Benjamin waves his hand, let's go. Don't worry about that, Benjamin. Keep your hands on the wheel. Get going. Just 0.3 of a second. Archie Cole is behind Charlie Ratford. Always looks so calm, Charlie. He's just driving it like a bus. Nice and smooth. Managing just to get a little bit of air, but here comes Max Reed on Sherry-Ann Powell. Into the spoon. And lovely, slides it wide, slides it on the rear. Can Sherry-Ann hold it on the run? No. Karabelov's coming up the inside, but Sherry-Ann blocks him off, and Max Reed. Beautiful pass there up the inside. Look how he locks the brake to take the extra speed off. Nice little slide. That was cool. Looks across thinking, no, Sherry, you're not coming down there. And Max looks like he is the man on the move, but so does Benjamin Baker, who seems to be cruising up to the back of Daniela Sutton. And Max Reed has got a couple of tough laps here because he's punching a hole in the air down the main straight with Sherry-Ann Powell, Daniela Sutton and Benjamin Baker behind him. Max needs to focus. Somebody off, can't see who it is. Marshall getting the cart to safety and the driver into the marshal post. Just over 7 minutes to go. Charlie Ratford has managed to de-glue Archie Cole from his rear bumper. And has managed to put 0.468 gap between him. 1.725 Max Reed is behind Charlie Ratford. And then it is close. Daniela Sutton looking up the inside there, Sherry. And sitting there at the back of this queue is Benjamin Baker. That is enabled, as we've seen so many times before. Two fighting carts, lets the person in the front and the person behind pull away and catch up. So further down the order, we have 6th place Benjamin Baker, 7th Karabelov, 8th Robinson, 9th Farrell. Bringing up your top 10 Milzarski. And now Ratford just turns up the wick. Archie Cole trying to respond with a 43.576. Max Reed now coming under pressure from Sherry-Ann Powell, and Daniela's going to try and follow through. Not quite the gap. Max carries the wider line to carry the speed. And Sherry-Ann gets back into fourth. Look how close these four are. Ratford using lots of curb, keeping it nice and tidy. Before this gaggle of third, fourth and fifth come through. Here comes Daniela Sutton. She's up the inside of Max Reed. Benjamin Baker trying to have a look as well. Can he hang it out on the outside? Don't know why Sherry-Ann put her hand up there. Not quite sure. I don't know if that was to say, listen, just leave me alone. Let me try to close the gap on Archie Cole. In the background, I can see Jack Robinson coming, looking like he's finally got some pace. But with just over, well, there's four and a half minutes left. Now, what's Daniela going to do? She's going to sit behind and hope that Sherry's got enough pace to pull themselves closer to Archie. In second place, Ratford. He's relentless, just chipping away now, chipping away, a couple of tenths at a time, and he's managed to get that go up to 1.194. Freddie Farrell here just having a go at Karabeloff. And then we've got Dorian Malik. As the field blasts up this fantastic straight here at GYG. Goes uphill, blind corner, and then up into the spoon. Freddie Farrell having a little look there on Liam Karabeloff. Missed. So 11 laps completed. And Ratford pushes on, adding another nearly 4 tenths gap, 1.39, 1.652 now. I think he's broken Archie Cole. I don't think Archie Cole is going to be able to respond. And Archie now needs to concentrate on consolidating that second place. Looking after his tyres, Freddie Farrell looking all over the back of Karabeloff, then into the spoon. Looking racy, looking like he wants to get past. Karabeloff looks like he hasn't quite got the grip. Drove a better couple of corners then. And again into the Devil's Elbow. A great couple of corners there from Karabeloff. This group comes through. Dorian Malik and Milzarski trying to get in the mix. All for this 8th place. Meanwhile, Ratford at the front with 2 minutes to go has absolutely stretched his legs and checked out now. Over 2 seconds gap over Archie Cole, who is now only 8 tenths ahead of Sherry-Ann Powell. Sherry-Ann Powell posts the fastest lap, 43.436. Remember, there is points for fastest lap too. So those will be extra points for Sherry-Ann if she remains as the fastest lap. Freddie Farrell still not finding a way past. And hello, here come the girls. Archie, you're going to have your work cut out here on the last couple of laps. And at the back of this gaggle is Max Reed. So here we go again. Archie's looking behind. You don't want to be doing that because Sherry knows now you're in trouble. Sends it up the inside. No, but covers it off at least from Daniela, who's equally keen to get past Sherry Ann Powell for third position. We're looking at the battle for the second and third positions on the podium. Oh, and that's Newman Evans off at the top. Not quite sure what happened there, but he's back underway. Number 164. Milzarski is still the top rookie, and as we go down the straight, it is closer than ever, and Sherry Ann Powell's going, and you're going to get Hangout to drive there, Archie. You're going to lose 3 places. Max Reed throws it in. And Archie Cole goes from second to 5th. Once he made the room for Sherry Ann, all 3 could come through, and he was hung out to dry. So Sherry Ann Powell now in second. Can Daniela do anything about it on this last lap? Good corner by Daniela. Has she got the power? Looks to me like she has. Sherry Ann has to cover it off. But Daniela switched up the inside. She's got the inside. Fantastic move from Daniela Sutton. Very patient, but can she close it off? Down into the carousel. Almost contact, but they avoided it. We're going to have 2 girls on the podium. But here comes Ratford. Checkered flag for Charlie Ratford, your winner of round 6. Fantastic drive. Who's going to get second? Daniela Sutton from Sherry Ann Powell. Girl power for position 2 and 3 on the podium. Max Reed in 4th. A great drive from Archie Cole. Just couldn't withstand the pressure on the final laps. Benjamin Baker in 6th. Jack Robinson in 7th. Freddie Farrell found a way past Liam Karabeloff for 7th and 8th. What a race. Charlie Ratford just soaked up the pressure. He knew that he could withstand the pressure in the early laps. His setup was good, and his tyres lasted the distance, and he was able to ease away from Archie Cole. There's our girls, Daniela Sutton and Sherry Ann Powell, 2nd and 3rd. They're very pleased, aren't they? There's Dad Dan. That's lovely. So now we hear, as Daniela celebrates with Dad Dan, we hear the engines start up for our DRS62s. Okay, so it's presentation time, everyone. What a fantastic day's racing today, and more or less the rain kept away. So we're going to look at our first category today, which is the DRS125 Grand Final. What a race it was, probably the best race we've seen for many years here in the Daniel Ricciardo Series. So first of all, our top rookie, finishing in 11th place today, number 335, Thomas Dackins. Well done, Thomas. Get on the top spot, get a picture. Okay, if you just want to stand afterwards, just down there by Janie. So, your podium today, in third place, number 336, Henry Foote. Well done, Henry. Good recovery after the start. And well done, John, for your tactics in the qualifying. In second place today, what a race it was in the end. Number 283, Sam Fogler. Well done, Sam. And your winner today, back to the front, number 1, Oliver Owen. Well done, Ollie. Great race. Fantastic overtaking from all of you guys today. Really enjoyed watching that. Round of applause, please, for your DRS100 podium. Thank you, guys. Okay, and what a race. Well, all the races today were just sensational. So, but the DRS100, that was just a long train at different points. I think at one point we had 10 or 11 carts in the first group battling for position, which is great. But our top rookie today in 11th place was number 135, Jacob Milaski. Am I getting better saying your name? No. Okay. Well done, Jacob. And a bit of girl power on the podium today. I'm not talking about you, Charlie. In third place, 147, Sherry and Pearl. Fantastic race, Sherry. It was all going on. Well done. And well done, Dad, wherever he is, Rich. In second place today, number 143, Daniela Sutton. Well done, Daniela, and well done, Mum and Dad. And he was cool from the very start of the day, just chilling out at the back of the grid and quali, and just never looks like he's rushing, had it all under control, and just broke away at the end. Your winner of the DRS100 today is number 3, Charlie Ratford. Well done, Charlie. And well done, Dad. And Mum, of course. And auntie and uncles and cousins and nanas and granddads. Well done, guys. Okay, so we're moving on to the DRS62 Grand Final, which probably holds a world record in how many full starts we could have in a day, but nevertheless, we're going to start off with the Academy podium. And today, in third place, is number 133, Freddie Budd. Freddie, I have to say, I love your suit. It's one of my favourite suits. Pristine. Well done, mate. Well done, Freddie. And in second place, had a technical problem, so I was really pleased that he got that sorted in the final. Number 139, Ruben Jenkins. Well done, mate. Oh. Well done, mate. And your winner today, number or letters, DRA, Carter Inskip Clarkson. Oh, look at the shades, man. Oh, my life. Is it sunny today or it's just, okay. Cool dude. Can you see where Jane was standing? She was, oh, that's good. Well done, Carter. Pictures. Well done to all the parents. Your DRS62 Academy podium. So, moving on now to the DRS62 Supers. And again, this was a very close race and dragged down the straight and up the inside and changing of position lots and lots of times. So, your third place was number 55, Lucas Esser. Without sunglasses. Well done, Lucas. And you just couldn't tell who was going to win today. Both drove fantastically well, as did Lucas. I thought you were going to pick up the scraps at any point and get through. They were battling so hard. In second place, number 129, Oscar Roach. Well done, Oscar. That's it. Get your picky. Well done. And your winner today, number 9, Ashton Bath. Well done. Well done, guys. Well done, mums and dads. Well done. Get your picture with Tom. Anybody else want a picture? Fantastic. Well done, guys. So that brings to conclusion round 6 here at GYG, the Daniel Ricciardo Series. A big thank you to GYG, the staff, my staff, DRS, and of course, all you, the mums and dads and drivers. We'll see you at Wilton Mill in 3 weeks' time. Thank you.